All right, honky tonk.
All right, Hot Dog Ronnie, Mr. Fungalo.
What happened to
Barry Onions?
Lieutenant Park and Ride?
No, it wasn't Lieutenant, Mr. Park and
Well,
Ride.
I'd like to be called Lieutenant Park and Ride.
I'm not offering a military.
I've had some T-shirts done up.
Well, that's a shame.
With military insignia on.
Yeah, well,
the sleeves.
You'll have to. You're Mr. Park and Ride. You can be Gareth Cheeseman, and I quite like that.
I just
Hey, what about Mr. Out and About?
Just fuck it all off.
What did you say?
Nothing. A rude word.
All right, Mr. Park and Ride. Let's start fresh, because today, Andy, is a shopping list special.
Woo!
Shopping list special.
Oh yeah.
We've both put our shopping list in to compare and contrast how we live.
Yeah. See what we've been buying, which when it comes to my list, you're basically looking at what's hot in the shops and looking at your list, what's not.
We'll see.
Well, we'll see.
Anyway, before you do that, let's get your credentials established as the memory man, football fountain of all knowledge, etc., etc.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, Mr. Park and Ride, Mr. Out and About. What have we not established them yet? Or how many podcasts?
They need to be re-established every week. It's part of the EU.
Let's do it quickly
laws.
then.
Right, memory man, Bob. Do you remember the name of the England international footballer who was immortalised in a soap on a rope in the early 1980s?
Definitely 80s. Early 80s.
Late 70s, early 80s, I'm going to say.
Well, that's important.
It was in the shops late 70s, but continued to be sold
okay, no, that's
in
fine.
the early 80s.
That's fine, just wanted to clarify. Right, let me have a think.
Think about it. A little suck on your crack pipe there while you think. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I do.
What about that, ladies and gentlemen? Credentials established.
Yeah,
again.
You've only got me once, and that's because you brought Hitler into the equation.
Well, it might happen again. Just keep you on your guard.
Yes, I am the memory man, and I've just proved it. Hey, Andy, because it's a shopping special tonight. I thought that what I'd like to do, I love me observational comedy.
Who doesn't?
I'm getting a better at it, I think. Would you agree?
Week on week.
Thank you. So I've done a little bit of observation comedy like about shopping.
That's
and that.
good.
All
observational and topical.
Thank you very much. Hey, Andy. Oh, Andy, have you ever noticed when you're in the supermarket? Do you remember supermarkets, by the way? Really big shops, do you remember them? Anyway, and you choose a till that's only got one person, but she's got loads of vouchers. Do you remember vouchers? Do you remember vouchers, Andy? Do you?
Supposed to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, you remember them, so you've enjoyed that, remembering them.
Yeah, like enthusiastic audience.
Thank you. Oh, and it's taken forever, but she's got one for brass hand shiner, right? And she gives it to you because she's seen you've got a brass hand, right? So you rush off to get the shiner, you get back and the queues are massive, gets to your turn, you find out the offer's expired. But, you've imagined a nice shiny hand, so you pay full price.
Yay!
You haven't noticed that?
Woo!
Thank you. Hey. Have you ever noticed you park at a supermarket? Do you remember supermarkets?
Yay.
Yeah. And the car park is empty, but a pensioner comes and parks right by your car. Do you remember pensioners?
Yay!
You enjoyed that, hadn't you? Anyway, it parks right next to you, and you have to squeeze out of your door, and you damage your brass hand on the other car, or at best, some of your hand oil smears on the windscreen.
Yay!
Yeah.
Woo!
You ever noticed that? Hey. Have you ever noticed when you're in a supermarket, you remember them, don't you?
Yay!
Yeah. Well, you always get the trolley with the squeaky wheel. You know what I mean? Then you realise it's not the wheel, but it's your brass hand, and it needs oiling. And they don't sell brass lubricants. You ever noticed that?
Ooh.
Oh, you didn't like that one?
No, I just didn't like the scenario.
Oh, right.
I was
Were you annoyed?
fine with it.
Oh, so you're annoyed with the supermarket?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. That's quite supportive of it.
Put you off your whack a bit though, didn't I? Because you got a bit derailed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, what's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? I'll tell you. One's heavy, the other's a little lighter.
That's good. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, right, here's a question for you, right? Like a brain teaser. Mary has 24 cupcakes. She eats 4 between 9 and 11, right? A total of 13 between 9 and 3 and 6 between 2 and 5 p.m. What does Mary have now? Diabetes! So I've combined traditional jokes with observation.
And some maths and some off-colour illness humour.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed it.
Most of it.
I'm going to call that my set.
Right.
All right.
Well, can I have a go as well?
Go on,
I've prepared
then.
some as well. All right, here we go. Hey, now, well, the thing is, though, do you remember pop bottles? Like what you used to drink your pop out of? And you drank all the pop and you used to say it was empty. Hey, my pop bottle's empty, you'd say. And then you chuck it into a bush. Do you remember that? Have you had cider before, eh? Have you? Do you like it? Because I'm not that fussed. Do you know where my nana's gone? I want my nana. So there's some observational comedy
Got
there.
straight in with 3 buttes. Bang. So they were
Tight set, eh?
They were tight. Sometimes I think it's best get rid of the cack.
In and out.
Yeah.
Get the job done.
Yeah, you've got the jokes laid out, and even though you can convince yourself otherwise, 4 of them are just tods. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you could just put them in a dishcloth, wrap them in newspaper,
Chuck them in a bush.
lob them in a
But
bush.
that was 100% gold, wasn't it?
Bang.
Start to finish.
And I would put on the back of your DVD, 14-second DVD.
Yeah.
I think I'd say a whirlwind of comedy.
Something like that, yeah.
Utterly fantastic. That's a bit
Thank
like the
you.
butter as well, isn't it?
I'll get that quote from you put on.
Yeah.
Because you've got a bit of clout, haven't you? in the
You've blown my
comedy
mind there.
game. All right,
Absolutely.
I feel a bit low now.
That's because it's the down after the high, innit?
Yeah.
Steve McLaren's had a problem. We'll get the
Uh-oh.
shop list in a minute, but I've got to tell
Yeah,
you
we'll
this
get
one.
rid of that eventually.
So, Steve, what he does is, as Steve does, is he's took his car in for what's called a summer health check.
Yeah.
The tyre web. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a thing where you take your car in and they basically rip you off, charge you 95 quid,
For
doing a bit of tinkering.
a man like Steve, it's just the reassurance. It's tyre pressures.
Belt and braces, isn't it, for Steve?
The
Better safe than sorry.
regas the aircon, fill up the fluid, washer fluid, give it a quick hoover and all that.
Clean up the spew off the back seat.
Well, in Steve's case, yeah, but I think it's a perfectly sensible thing to do, and that's what Steve did. So he takes it in, and they have a look at it. Have a seat, Mr. McLaren. He goes into. They've got a little waiting area, and it's got one of them, like as a vending machine with frickin' what's it's in or whatever.
Yeah.
Do they still? Do you remember what's it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had some yesterday. Yeah.
What they still do 'em?
Yeah.
So he's got the vending machine there, and he's just waiting. They come through and say, "I'm sorry, Steve." They call him Steve. They used to call him Mr. McLaren, call him Steve now because he had his winter health check as well, obviously. And they said,
Do you reckon they said, Mr. McLaren, he went, no, Steve's fine. Call me Steve.
Yeah, call me Steve in these
Let's not
environments.
stand on ceremony.
Yeah, if I meet you out in a pub or at the vets or anything, Mr. McLaren.
Yeah.
But so they come back to us and say, "Sorry, Steve. Your front passenger tyre needs replacing, and I can't. Your spare's isn't the right mix, so we're going to have to get one from the depot. It's going to be about an hour, right?" So Steve's a bit flustered, sits there for a bit, and he thinks, "I'll tell you what. I'll phone the fat lass." So he phones her up and says, "Can you come down, right? Because I'm going to be about an hour here, and bring the snake down because the vet's is just 4 days along, and we should get him spewing up." Get it tested out and what have you. So the fat lass finishes off with beans on toast, just scrapes the beans off, washes off the ketchupy stuff, comes down with the snake and they take it to the vets. Going to the vets, explains all the spewing up or whenever it's under stress or whatever and so on. So he has a look at it. And first off, of course, he gives the vets, and the injection the vet always gives. any pet. She gives them the injection, the 50 quid one.
Obviously,
I think it's just for good luck for the pet, innit? And that gets the injection. Then he examines it and says, I think this could be a tapeworm. So seriously. And apparently it's because because they eat mice.
Tapeworms do.
No, that's how the cycle of I don't know, what do you call these things? Parasites. Yeah, they go via mouse Todd.
Right.
And, no, that's incorrect. Not Todd. It's Todd once it's left the mouse, whilst it's in the mouse and it's eaten. I think it's called cacking it. Cack.
You've lost me now.
Anyway, so it's got a tapeworm. Gives it another injection.
Yeah.
Like a proper one. And I think, well,
another 50 quid.
Another 50 quid. That's fine. Timing's perfect, more or less. Get back to Tyre Web. Hi, Steve. Oh, you got your snake. Can I give it a stroke? It's same old routine, like, would you like to touch it? It's much smoother than you'd think. La, 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 la. With 5 minutes, Steve, we're just balancing your wheels. Yeah? So, fat lass says, let's snake have a run about. He's had a bit of a shock. It's been a bit under stress. Like, just let it have a little run around. So, it makes a beeline for the vending machine, right? Crawls in, like, the letterbox bit.
Oh, God.
Promise you. So it's all wound up all amongst the fucking tracker bars and the Oasis drinks and everything and all that. So they want to open it up so Steve can get his hand in. So he puts 50p in or whatever. Yeah. The coiled thing.
Yeah.
Coiled thing is right against the snake's like chest.
Yeah.
Starts spiraling, pushing, squeezing it. Snake's face is right looking against the glass at the front. You know what I mean? It's near the mince, actually. The extra strong mitch. Bang! Spews its guts up like a hose pipe, all inside the vending machine, right? So, but
I'm laughing, but it's not funny.
Oh, it's terrible because the snake's panicking, and it's it's like yellowy green covering all it up. So Steve gets his hand in, pulls it out, right? Pulls it from its tail, pulling. Like, I don't mean to put people off and all that, but when tapeworms are agitated, they used to take tapeworms out in the old days. They'd put you over a broth. They'd starve you, then put you over a broth.
Yeah,
and it would crawl out your mouth.
To get the broth.
Come out of the mouth. Well, something similar had happened with the snake's tapeworm. So when they pulled it out, this tapeworm. Well, actually, this bit didn't happen. Did it not? No, I wanted to try and make it, but it's such an awful story. But so they pulled the snake out, made Steve pay for the entire contents of the vending machine and a cleaning job. So his summer health check, right? Listen to this. His summer health check
total
cost him 589 quid.
He's going to have to get out of work, isn't he?
Terrible job. Terrible week for him,
Steve.
So
I heard what he'd been up to. Like, he'd been at a snake festival.
Yeah.
One of them things where it's all the snake owners congregate together in a field at a weekend.
Yeah.
And they get their wallpaper pasting tables and display their snakes.
Yeah.
He'd been to one of them. The weather was nice, so, good stuff.
I'm pleased the weather was good.
And it was the culmination of the weekend, which is the snake lifting contest.
Right.
So what he'd done was, again, he'd injected the snake. He'd bought one off...
steroids or something?
No, a tranquilizer. He'd bought one off the vet.
Oh, like...
80 quid if you take it out.
Yeah.
Plus 50 quid to
for the injection that you get.
80 quid for the injection, yeah. Plus the needle and all that. So he's drugged the snake, right, so it wouldn't spew up during the snake lifting contest.
Good idea, Steve.
So, but the trouble is, he goes to lift it up, but it's gone all limp because it's... because it's out for the count.
Oh, so relaxed.
So it's all limp.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't stiffen itself like all the other snakes when they get lifted up.
Yeah.
So all the other fellas are lifting their snakes above their head, big stiff snakes.
Lovely.
Right above their heads.
Beautiful sight.
In the sunshine.
With the lovely weather, silhouetted
sun
against
glistening down on the skin. Is it called the skin?
Beautiful scales, yeah.
And all of that. And Steve standing there with his, and it's just flopping.
Limp.
Out of his hands, either side, and they disqualified him.
Oh, shit, man. Steve would have loved to.
Just ultimate humiliation for him.
He'd have loved to have won that, wouldn't he?
I think he fancied his chances, especially because it wasn't going to spew up because he tranquilised it. But, 1 year ban.
Yeah.
So he can't go back till 2018.
He can't go back?
He's considering going back in disguise.
Yeah. It's such a beautiful yellow snake as
What
well.
if you
isn't
get
it?
caught out though in disguise? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I thought inevitably it's going to spew, but this more a tale of disappointment in it and
Yeah.
regret and
Yeah. But at least it didn't spew.
yeah.
Shopping list special.
So I've got your shopping list.
Yeah.
Do you promise and guarantee to me that this is your most recent genuine shopping trip?
Yes, it is. I went up the Asda and purchased the items that you see before you on the receipt.
You were? Well, it says www.asda.com. Manager, shall I give him a name check? Stuart Craig.
Hi, Stuart.
He's got his telephone number there, and it's the Sunderland branch.
Yes.
So you went in. Does it tell you what time you went in? I'd be interested in that.
It's the larger Sunderland branch. It's not the little one at Pennywell Shops. It's the big one at Grangetown.
Okay, so you started off. The
that's
first thing you grabbed was your kitchen roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm assuming that's a massive roll of very low quality kitchen paper. Is it?
Yes. 8. A pack of 8.
Yeah.
Very thin, barely absorbent. But you know what? That's all you need.
Yeah. No. So you leave the shop perfectly happy that you've spent now on something that's worth now. Yeah. And then we come
It gets the job done. You don't need the quilted stuff.
Lager next.
Yeah, obviously.
Lager, then lager. £1.25 it says. Was that pecan or is that some special offer?
That's 660 millilitre bottle of San Miguel. 5%,
Yeah.
and that's about as good as you're going to get anywhere.
So you buy your lager based on pence per
Pence per millilitre,
No,
plus
but-
strength
plus strength.
factored in.
Nothing to do with taste.
It tastes disgusting.
Okay.
God, it gets the job done.
So you've gone home with your kitchen roll, your thin kitchen roll. You've got 3 bottles of lager. Oh, I'm a bit hungry, he says. Not like, oh, I'm a bit hungry, like. And you've got some noodles for £1. What are them? Tell me about the noodles. Is it plain noodles, snack
No,
pot?
you know what it was? Have you heard of Itsu, the noodle purveyor?
Yeah.
It's them. They've
Add
got
hot
their
water.
own add hot water, and
Yeah.
it's like you're in an Itsu restaurant,
Yeah.
but in the comfort of your own home, in your t-shirt and your jogging pants.
Okay, then what sounds like fun items, I think. Munch Bunch times 2, £1 each.
Yogurt drinks.
Yogurt
So when your
drinks.
kids say, Dad, I'm hungry and I'm thirsty, you give them a yogurt drink.
Right.
Covers all the bases, keeps child line off your back.
And do you take that down to the cinema? You say you're taking the kids to see what pets get up to when you're not there. That
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
You take your Dolmio. They take
I'll have my Dolmio and I'll take a couple of pouches of the yogurt drink for them.
for the kids. Yeah. Warm. Do you have it warm? The Munch Bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the time you get there, it is. Yeah.
Oh, it's like lukewarm Munch Bunch.
Yeah.
Hummus.
Yeah. That surprised you, hasn't it?
Well, that has surprised me. Did you have someone from the south visiting or something? Now that was 85p, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's like Asda's finest or something like that.
As the basics.
Oh, it's basics.
Yeah.
Rightio. And reduced pies. Now, is that reduced fat or something, or have you actually had them reduced in price?
Would you like to tell the listeners the price of that?
Let me have a look across the column. 99 pence.
Now, that was four
Yeah, yeah.
pork pies with
Right.
a yellow sticker on. 4 pork pies for 99 pence. Quite a bargain, eh?
When you say pork, that's
Yeah.
a bit of a Brexit way of saying something. It's not really pork, is it?
Well, pork flavouring.
So meat pies.
Meat paste flavoured with pork oil.
And have you bitten into one of those pies yet?
I ate one of them in the car park when I got out.
In your car or outside your
In
car?
the car.
In the car.
I'm not a pig.
Okay, fair enough. Here's a classic, Billy Bear. Now, I know that. That's Billy Bear luncheon meat or something?
It is.
That's for the kids, is it?
It might be.
Oh, you still like a bit of the
It's
old
for
Billy
everyone.
Bear? Mind you, I'll tell you what. Billy Bear comes in at £1. How much did you get for £1?
How about 6 slices?
6 slices of
Yeah.
Billy Bear. So that's nearly a whole head if you let... Is it? Nah, you'd need...
That's not the depth of a whole head.
But if you laid it end to end...
You could arrange it in the shape of a head.
Oh, I know,
I'm not
maybe-
sure where you're coming from.
Okay, well, I, in case people are finding this incredibly dull, I'll try and pick... Now, your biscuits, you've bought two batches of these at 60 pence. What the fuck are they, biscuits?
One of them was bourbons, one of them was malted milks.
So, again, are these as the finest? Or
Just as their own brand. I don't see any reason to get branded bourbon biscuits.
Yeah.
They're all the fucking same.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No, well, all right. You're one of these people who believes there's just one factory where there's
Yeah.
a different button that says Asda, Tesco, Morrison's, aren't
Different
you?
packets.
Yeah. Because it's funny, I can never tell the difference between a Marks and Spencer's luxury chocolate selection and the Asda party box.
Point proven then.
Yeah, absolutely the same
No
biscuits,
difference.
innit? More lager there. I presume that's just the order it came out of the trolley. More biscuits, but these were 50p. What were they? Do you know?
Jammy Dodgers.
Jammy Dodgers.
Yep.
Asda Heart. I don't know what that is. You haven't bought a heart of it.
Asda Heart.
It says Asda Heart, £2.
Probably a cow heart.
Yeah. Pom Bear. That's a snack, yeah?
Are you not familiar with Pom Bears?
No, I know the Pom Bears,
Crispy
yeah.
snack, one ready salted, one salt vinegar.
Yeah. I noticed on the front of one of the packets of one of them, it says something like contains no...
Nutritional.
it contains no fat, no this, no that. And then, of course, but the sucker one is also slightly smaller, and no flavour.
Yeah.
Yeah? That's
Well, that's why I got
actually...
the salt vinegar
But
flavour.
you look right at the bottom of the list, and it says no flavour either. Ha ha!
Well, I dip the Pom Bears in my hummus.
Ah, shit.
See?
So you buy them you actually do buy them for that texture?
Yep.
That sort of packing case foam texture.
Oh, cruising through this.
Walker's generic £1.
They were Walker's Bugles. Not Bugles. They're like Bugles. They're like cones.
My son bought some of
New
those
things.
recently.
I haven't had them yet, though.
They're really... What flavours did you get?
Barbecue.
Really tasty,
Are they?
Andy. Yeah, they're very Moorish. Now, another product called cooked meat. What are we looking at there?
Cooked meat.
Was it just a big bin of meat and you reach your hand in with one of those cellophane gloves and just grab
Just put
meat?
it in a bag, like a pick and mix.
Yeah.
Just brown meat.
Sell it by the handful.
Yeah.
Cooked meat. We've got a total price here. I've missed out the Tilda rice.
Well, you haven't, you just mentioned it.
You've got a total price here of £34.88p. Not
Good
bad,
stuff, eh?
Andy. Not bad. And interestingly, you've spent that much, but you've managed to not purchase any nutrition whatsoever.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that extraordinary?
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if there
Is
might
that a
be...
bad thing? I mean, you're quite clued up on health and that, aren't you?
Very much
What
so,
with your
'cause of
heart and
course
that?
I had it,
So
yeah.
Is that a bad thing then?
Hey, maybe you'd like to ask how I'm getting on with it.
No, you're right.
It's going fine, by the way.
You look all right. You've
Thank
looked
you.
worse, put it that way,
All right.
in the past.
So there we are, £34.88, no nutrition, and it says you saved £1.30. You don't actually get that £1.30, do you? That's relative to if you bought it in Kuwait or something, innit?
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
it's a good feeling to know that you've saved a bit.
I award your shopping list
3 out of 10.
Okay.
Thank you for showing it to me
Thank
and
you very
sharing
much.
it with
3
me.
out of 10. I would have given it 8 myself, but, opinions are like arseholes. Everybody's got one.
So that's the what's hot. That's and the what's hot, what's not. That's what's not hot.
Shopping list special.
God, well, you know what? You've given us a massive list here.
Well,
It's a 2-pager.
Yeah.
It doesn't even... Has it got a total on? I'm going to start with a total. £212.33.
Yeah, well, it's my full weekly shop, innit? I get it delivered on
And you've
Friday.
done this in your house.
Yep.
And then they bring it round.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of shite on here.
For example,
Free-range eggs.
yeah, that's shite, innit? What do you want? You want them to?
Traditional smoked salmon times 2.
Yeah.
That's £10 on smoked salmon.
Yeah, lovely.
Got the
delicious.
Alderman coming round, have you?
Kisses salmon.
You've got a coconut for $3.99. You've paid $3.99 for a coconut.
Yeah, but you know what that coconut is for? It's actually to feed the birds. It's full of fat and seeds.
Jesus
And it feeds.
Christ.
We've got a woodpecker. We've got a great tits, blue tits.
You people. Julie's peanut butter sandwich biscuit.
Yeah.
Who's Julie?
Do you know what that is? That's a savoury peanut butter biscuit.
That's £1.65.
Yeah, if you-
Now up the Asda, that'd be 60p, like the Bourbons.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be Julie's, would it? Do you know if I buy enough of that shit, I actually get to meet Julie? So think on.
It's like a loyalty card thing.
Yeah.
What else? Carrier bags. 19 carrier bags you bought.
Yeah.
95p on carrier bags.
Yeah, but that's to hold the produce. Do you see? Do you understand?
Dear God. Do they not bring it round in them plastic crates and you just unload it into your hallway?
No, they've got the crates.
Hang on.
What?
Whoa, hold on. What is a gourmet soup for an adult cat?
It's cat soup for your cat.
Soup for cats.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
There's classic with chicken and veggies.
Yeah,
And there's tuna, anchovies and whitefish. And it's a soup
yeah, it's a soup
for your
yeah.
cat.
Yeah.
Does it eat it with a spoon?
Well, do you know, you would like to think so, but no, it
Dear
doesn't. It
God.
laps it up like it would milk. But they absolutely love it because, funnily enough, and I have some sympathy with Steve McLaren, that one of my little cats is beginning to spew up all the time. And we thought that soup would be nice for its stomach, do you know what I mean?
And how's that working out?
Well, I'm keeping an eye on it. I don't really want to talk about it because it's really sad. But yes, cat soup.
I cannot even look at this.
You see, the problem is you're desperately looking at that for something you can criticise. Your eyes are flicking about.
Aberdeen Angus ribeye steak,
Beautiful.
£10.29.
£10. Can you imagine eating that?
I can't actually.
You'd love it. It'd be better than a handful of your generic meat, your
Brown
Asda meat, wouldn't it?
Maybe. I can't afford that sort of thing though. Walker's Marmite crisps.
Yeah, they're nice, aren't they?
Go along with
I say that Walker's Marmite crisps have got what I'm going to call a taste boost.
Green and Black's butterscotch milk.
Yeah, that's chocolate, Andy.
Flavoured milk. Butterscotch.
It's not. It's a bar of chocolate.
Christ on a bike.
Look, do you want to drop this one? Cause
Yeah, I'm giving this
2 out of 10.
It's ridiculous. And I'm going to go straight into the millionaire questions as well. Because
Oh, righty-o.
I'm going to compound shame upon shame here. Bob, as a millionaire with your ludicrous shopping list and eating habits, is it true that you force your slaves to wear nothing but grass skirts and coconut bras during the summer months, even the lads?
I don't have any slaves, male or female. The only coconuts you'll find around my house are to contain bird feed. Thank you. Next question.
Is it true that you've got planning permission to turn that bit of land around the back of your orchard into a caravan site, but a caravan site just for millionaires with proper bogs in the caravans and a little Waitrose?
No, I don't have any spare land to build a posh caravan park. Thank you.
Well, I've been on Google Earth and I've seen that land behind your orchard, and there's plenty of room for development there. I look forward to checking Google Earth in a few months.
Yeah,
once the caravan site
I'm in a
running.
conversation area, a conservation area. I wouldn't get permission.
One more question. Is it true that you and the Alderman have started up a private Facebook group called Lips Are for Kissing?
There's some truth in that, yeah.
I thought there might be.
What?
Well, I've seen it.
Yeah,
I
so
had a
what?
look on your phone when you went to the bog earlier on.
Okay, and what? And yes,
And it's just lots and lots of pictures of close-ups of lips
yeah.
and pictures of various people kissing.
Yeah, if you get to kiss the Alderman, you can record, you take a photograph and put it on the page, yeah.
He's been kissing a lot of people, hasn't he, then?
Yeah, he'll kiss anyone, the Alderman, won't he? If it moves, he'll kiss it, basically. Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Did you know he owns a car dealership up in Stockton?
That's why you're always up in Stockton with him.
No, I'm always up in Stockton with him because we do charity work together for kids.
Daft kids.
Dozy kids.
Yeah.
Yeah? For dozy kids.
Cack-handed.
Yeah, dozy.
Any of them boss-eyed?
No, don't be stupid.
All right,
Few
sorry.
of them. Anyway, so he's got a dealership, it's on a retail park, and he asked me to come up to launch a new model that there's flogging. It's like a big van thing called, I think it's called a Sprinter. Have you heard of one, Dan?
I've seen them, yeah.
It's called a Sprinter. It's a new model out of it, and I was going to cut the ribbon and get a photo with the Alderman for the press and that.
You've been a celebrity and everything.
Well, you know what I mean. And anyway, so I said, we've done it all. I said, I've got to get a train from Darlington to get back. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, Bob, says the Alderman. He says, I'll take you in the new Sprinter.
Oh,
I'll take you from Stockton Darlington in the Sprinter. I thought, well, that's fair enough. Like, he might want a kiss at the end of
I
it.
would imagine he would.
He probably
Very
would,
least.
but that's all right. Fair, you know,
You've
why
been
not?
there before.
Yeah. So we're getting the Sprinter, and about halfway there, he pulls off the dual carriageway into a lay-by.
Oh.
Yeah. Here we go, I think.
Yeah,
Here we go.
kissing time.
Yeah. So I just think, oh, well, let's just get it done. And I lean over, you know, to have a kiss and that. And he says, no! How dare you! Not in a company vehicle, especially the new Sprinter. I think, oh, Jesus, he seemed really, he's red in the face and that and everything. Then I realise I'm not alone, Andy, yeah? In the back of the Sprinter, you've got the town clerk, head of social services, head of the parks department.
Rest of the gang.
All the gang. And they start chanting as well, not in the Sprinter, not in the Sprinter. So on and so forth. So anyway, sorry it's going on a bit. So we get out in the lay-by out of the Sprinter, and his eyes look down towards the registration number, the Alderman's eyes. So I read it. It's YM16KTA. And they all start, have you guessed it? They all start chanting YMKTA, YMKTA. You must kiss the Alderman.
What's the 16 for?
I don't know. I suppose that's
age limit.
Well, maybe the number of times you meant to kiss him. I don't know.
Oh.
So obviously,
You're going to miss your train.
I'm going to miss my train. I want to get back with the journey. So I give him a lovely little kiss, actually. Nice. We had a nice kiss. It tasted a bit like, do you know those party circle biscuits with the icing on?
Yeah.
Like, it just tasted like them, but with pepperoni pizza-y sort of flavour. So anyways, I got on my train. The only downside was because of kissing the Alderman, I really fancied some pizza, and they don't sell it on the train, so there you go.
A bit of a sour end of what was a beautiful story.
Yeah. Having said that, let's remember he got me to my train on time.
So, and what do you think of the Sprinter?
I thought it was really nice.
Yeah.
And on reflection, I realised why he said not in the Sprinter. It's a company vehicle, brand new vehicle. He's got a flog.
It's good to have boundaries, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to talk about today, Bob?
Well, I'd like to sing my song.
Well, I've got a song as well, so we could have a song off.
Okay, then, yeah. Why not? You've got a
Shall
song.
I do mine first?
Let's have a little sing-song. Let's hear yours first.
Right,
Do you want to introduce
try
it?
And do one. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Come fry with me, let's fry, yeah, fry away. Delicious fare, all fried with hot air. I can shove it in your face. You can eat it all, or else I'll fucking spark you out. Come fry with me, let's fry, yeah, fry away. Chicken dips, mini pizzas, and a carrot, yeah!
Yeah! I like it, Andy.
You like it?
It's upbeat, a little bit Rat Pack.
Wrote it all myself. Original tune, original lyrics.
I liked it. I'm up against it there. Well, I've written something that's a bit more... it's a bit depressing, actually. It's a bit down, Scottish sort of song. But it's a Scottish baker sort of song. Och, I'm a Scottish baker. I bake the Scottish pies. I've got problems with my drainage and problems with my wife. The two may be interconnected, 'cause I bludgeoned her to death by repeatedly hitting her head with my welder's mask. I disposed of her flesh and bones down the back kitchen sink. Now my toilet's blocked and my pie meat's starting to stink. That will be 40p, Mr. Mackay, and I would eat it before sunset if that was my pie. I don't know, Andy. I'm going to give it to you.
There wasn't much swearing in it, was there?
I mean, well, I could.
It was a bit gruesome.
I could liven it up.
If I was Mrs. Mortimer, I'd be a bit worried about the undercurrents in that.
Well, I've got it out of my system now, but
I suppose so.
Is that the end of Athletico Mince for a week,
That's
Andy?
the end of this week's Athletico Mince. I don't see any reason why we should say anything else.
Thanking you.